alongside and the monster, Zhu Kong. And with that,
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Omaha, Nebraska.
Usually you don't need a weather report for a boxing match, but we certainly do today as we fight under the sun.
Todd, all I can say, heaven on earth. Heaven on earth.
And what I say you must have.
And there's the bell for round one. He misses with that jab. And he misses with that jab. And a counter left. Open air stadium, blazing sun. What do you think about this?
Todd, this is something you could never, ever get used to. How many gyms are built outside? How many times do we train, spar, and everything outside? Now you're having a fight outside. This is where fighters may gas themselves out. This is where the environment may make so much of a difference. You may not realize it, but watch when the rounds roll on.
Showing exceptional chins, by the way. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. That punch landed.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Good left counter that lands. Counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
He got out of the way of that right. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Good counter punching. Like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, what?
Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Catch and shoot. Solid punch. Good counter punching for both these fighters. Either man really defending themselves. You're not going to see a lot of finesse and skills from this guy. He wants to bury his forehead in your chest and pound away.
You fight a swarmer, you've got to protect everything. The body with the elbows, the head with the forearm. You've got to try and push them off balance because they will just stay in your face.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. And this is with that jab. Good counter left hand there. Counter right. Nice exchange here from both men. Good punch. Punch, counter punch. Nice hit. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of the...
There's the bell for round three. Let's see if they have a plan B after last round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This is one of those fights where if you blink, you probably miss about 3 or 4 punches. That's the kind of output we're going to see.
Oh my goodness, what pace, what pace. They're like, do you know what a Yorkshire Terrier is, Todd? They're like little Yorkshire Terriers.
He parries away that left hook. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. They exchange punches. He missed with that jab. The perfect counter lands. Nice counter punch. Nice job landing that left counter punch. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics sometimes to sort of actually outbox the fight and beat them on points.
Perfect counter shot. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards, going to need a knockout.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Don't get the jab and don't get carried away. Great round. Now relax. Now don't wait till the Lord. He's ready to go. He's absolutely shattered. He's hurt. He's ready to go.
Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up as we get set to jump back in the action. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around? There's a counter shot. Oh, what a punch! Beautiful counter shot. Back and forth they go. Nice counter shot with the right hand. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skin them, go for speed.
Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down. Off the charts action from both of these fighters.
You cannot ever compare anything to this. These guys really mean it. These guys must hate each other the way they're fighting.
It's all offense all the time. It's defend yourself at all times, but this fighter hasn't defended themselves at all. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Lands with the right counter. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Nice offensive display, Lance. Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them. On to the fifth we go. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
He just misses with that jab. Can they figure out the combination to this safe? Misses with the jab.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter shot. Counter right-handed jab. Nice job landing with that right-hand counter. He threw the hook, didn't land. This fighter has tested their opponent's power and apparently isn't impressed as they continue to walk through all these power shots.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
That left counter was perfectly timed. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Wow.
There's the bell to start round 6. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter. Nice counter shot. Great counter right hand there. Might want to back out of the pocket here. Look how slow these punches are. Nice counter. Both men step back for just a moment. The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Crawford may be ready to go down. Looks like they're out of trouble. Why aren't they defending? Big swing and a miss with the hook. And he just missed with that left jab. That one will count. Seconds to go. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round.
Here comes round 7. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. They've got to relax.
Good counterpunching for both these athletes. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Good counter punch. Both men step back for just a moment. Left counter punch will score. He blocks the right hook. Catch and shoot with the left counter. Good job. Beautiful counter punch. He just gets out of the way of that right uppercut. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do different? And there's the bell for round 8. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round. That counter shot lands. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Good counter punching. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Punch, counter punch. Neither man really defending themselves. Good counter punching. Some nice exchanges from both men. Crawford may be ready to go down. Good job trying to back out of trouble. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
He blocks the hook. Good right hand. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Crawford's legs are all over the place.
Oh, I heard that never, but I saw it.
Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this. Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations, and they throw them non-stop.
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get them close.
Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed. Can they figure out the combination to this sink?
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
The jab slightly off target. Nice exchange here from both men. Neither fighter willing to sit down on these punches. They're arm punches. They're scoring, but they're not going to hurt anybody. Nice defense on that hook. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
He's absolutely not.
And there's the bell to start round 10. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one. Good counter punching. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Coming back to life now, starting to land some punches. He parries the right jab away. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this guy that can seriously hurt you?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
It's a very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
I'm surprised at how inaccurate these fighters have been. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Beautiful counter shot. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell. Here we go in the championship rounds, round 11. Let's see if they have a plan B after last round. They have no respect for each other's punching power. Crawford is dazed. Do you believe this? But Crawford just got knocked down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
Todd, we know one of these fighters can knock you out with a simple jab. They're that powerful. The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over again, they've got it.
Swing and a miss with that jab. for the weary. And he fails to score with that left hook. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Gotta wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's gonna be we just saw.
I love the response.
There's the bell for round 12. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not gonna happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Just misses with that jab. Nice counter shot. Didn't land that jab. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight.
Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why. He just misses with that big right hand. He gets out of the way of that left hand. Gotta be happy with the way this round has gone with 10 seconds to go. Pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan. What a result.